Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Plastic Pinion here. It's not just plastic, it's Plastic Pinion. So today we are going to talk about motor, how to break in motor the simplest way possible. So first, before we start it, I will tell you what's all of this about, what is break in a motor. And I will say this in two languages. So, to break in motor means that we will gain more powers, like inner power of the motor itself. So if you buy a brand new motor, you will likely to get like less than what's written, less than its potential power. For example, if you buy a motor like written as 25,000 RPM, you most likely will only have at first about 20,000 or 22,000 RPM, something like that. Okay, basically to break in motors mean we will push the motor to its limits, and we will gain like the real power of the motor itself. So now let me rephrase this in Indonesia. Untuk break in motor artinya kita akan mendapatkan tenaga yang lebih dari motor tersebut. Kita akan mendapatkan tenaga potensial yang sesungguhnya dari motor tersebut. Ketika kita membeli sebuah motor baru, dalam hal ini motor maksudnya dinamo ya, biasanya di kemasannya akan dituliskan bahwa motor tersebut hanya punya kemampuan sekitar 25.000 RPM misalnya ya. Tapi ketika kita menjalankan motor tersebut dipakai di mobil, kemudian mobilnya melaju, mungkin yang kita lihat kemampuan motor itu hanya seperti 20.000 RPM saja. Nah, bagaimana caranya untuk mendapatkan kemampuan yang sebenarnya dari motor tersebut, sehingga motor tersebut akan mengeluarkan tenaga 25.000 RPM yang sebenarnya? Maka di situ fungsinya break-in ini. Now, to break in a motor the simplest way, I promised you that this method is the simplest I get. Ini adalah metode yang paling sederhana yang bisa saya share ya. Now, what we need is a chassis. Apa yang kita butuhkan adalah chassis. So the chassis I used here is a VS ya, VS chassis. So why I'm using VS chassis? Kenapa harus VS? Because this VS chassis is quite flexible. What I meant by flexible is like this. Now you need, first chassis. I will tell you later why I use VS chassis. So basically it's like this. And now the preparation first, the tools. We need, of course, the motor we would like to break in. Kita akan pakai motor yang akan kita break in. Here I give you example only the normal motor, F130 motor ya. It's like standard motor, Mabuchi motor. And then we need the battery, of course, the chassis, as I told you. And we need, actually this is better, contact cleaner. If you don't have contact cleaner, you can use WD-40. This basically to lubricate and clean the motor. This will be better lubricant. It's not expensive, it's kind of cheap. And then, well, basically that's it. If you don't have these two, you can replace it with others. Kalau tidak punya dua ini ya, tidak punya salah satu dari dua ini, nggak perlu dua-duanya, boleh ini aja, boleh contact cleaner aja, boleh juga WD-40. Kalau nggak punya dua-duanya, boleh pakai oli, maksudnya pelumas biasa ya, Gulo Jowo kalau di Indonesia, or other motor oil like maybe like some of you know that this sewing machine oil, oli mesin jahit, minyak mesin jahit, Singer misalnya, pasti ada, dan itu sangat murah sekali. It's very cheap. So you don't have to have these two, but this is the best as I know for this kind of task. This is the best. Second, you can use this as well, or the other lubricate like I told you. Now we will just use this contact cleaner. We will set this aside. So now let me tell you why VS chassis, because VS chassis is flexible. As I told you before, VS chassis itu sangat fleksibel. Take example, during the process, we will need to reverse the polar of the battery. We will need the motor to go forward and the others around. So to do that, of course there will be one option we have. Let me just show you. So for example, we take this first VS chassis. It's like this, okay? Just put the motor in like normal, but without the wheel, and put the cover so the motor will not go anywhere, like this. Yeah, and then we'll put the battery. This is the normal way we put battery on VS chassis, right? This is the normal way. This way the motor will run forward. But what we need, aside from this, we need the motor to run backward as well. This is needed for break-in the motor. So with using the VS chassis, we can reverse the polar of the battery like this to be this. See? And it's easy. And it doesn't require a lot of push, and it's not fit perfectly, especially for this side, but it will do. If you're using other chassis other than this, you will most likely will have problem to have this position reversed. So this is of course you can use other chassis as well. I'm not saying you cannot. And also even for MS or MA chassis you can use it as well, but it's not flexible in terms of the motor. You cannot like it's with this chassis. Now the second reason why it's not just about the battery, the second reason is this chassis is flexible in terms of the motor itself. As you can see here, I'm using the dual shaft motor, and with this motor, with other chassis, it's not as flexible as this. You can see here the motor is like open ya, motornya jadi lebih terbuka, sehingga kita bisa when it come time to clean the motor, we can use it as it is. You don't need to take it off the motor. You don't need to open anything. You just let it sit there during the process. Okay, now I hope my explanation is understandable. Saya harap penjelasan saya cukup bisa dipahami ya. If you can like break in the dual shaft motor like this easily in VS chassis, you can imagine if you need to break in this kind of motor, the single shaft motor in this chassis. Of course, that's the native anyway. So now let's us jump to the example how to break in motor. What you need aside from these items, aside from these parts, you will need of course your phone. Why do you need your phone? It's for the timer. So I'm used to break in motor. Saya biasanya break in motor in 3 minutes interval. So 3 minutes going forward and then stop, 1 minute break to cool down the motor, cool off the motor, and then clean it up, and then 3 minutes backwards, and then again 1 minute stop, and again forward, like that. I used to do that in 5 times, 3, 5, 2, 5 times. Okay, let me show you the example. So after the preparation complete, what you need to do is you turn on the motor. This is forward. Let it sit for 3 straight minutes. Now I'm not using time escape here. I'm just giving you example. Now after 3 minutes, okay, let it sit there. Just don't touch it. No need to give anything at first. Not even the cleaner. No. What we want is here inside the motor, as you might know, there is a brush, the motor brush here. So in new motor, the motor brush is not properly stick to the shaft of the motor itself, to the contact of the motor. So that's why the new motor is not reaching its potential yet. That's why what we want in break-in, why we do break-in, is to make the contact and the brush making kinda like it kinda making some for the contact to be more attached, something like that. So basically we scratch a bit of the contact surface. That's what we do. We make scratches on contact surface, and that's basically what makes the motor becomes attach each other. Jadi kontak di dalam motor tersebut dengan break-in kita bikin jadi lecet dikit gitu ya di kontaknya antara shaft dengan brushnya, dan lecet itu justru membuat hantaran listrik menjadi lebih baik, Nah, itu fungsinya. Dan kita tidak perlu alat yang macam-macam untuk break-in ini. Sebetulnya kita cukup punya ini aja. Jadi nggak harus pakai alat ini itu, nggak perlu ya. Some people bought this expensive tools ya. It's cost around like $50 US dollars, and it's kind of expensive for break in the motor. And with this method, it's the simplest way, just what you need. If you have a mini car, Tamiya Mini, you already can break in your motor. If you have chassis only and motor and battery, you already can break in. So assume this is already 3 minutes. What we do next is turn off the motor, let it sit for 1 minute. Do not apply, this is my method, not to apply the contact cleaner first. This contact cleaner, what it do is basically when you scratch the surface of the contact. Kalau kita scratch surface permukaan kontaknya, this the contact will make some sort of debris, it will scratch, and as you know, if you scratch something, there will be debris everywhere, and basically there's debris here. For the contact cleaner is to clean that debris, but why not here now? Why not when it's hot? Because this is metal. If you and this contact cleaner is kinda cold, yes. If you put cold things on the metal, what will happen? The metal is shrunk, and it's risky for the motor. It could damage the motor itself. So just let it sit for a while, okay? And if you feel it like cold enough, you can put here. There's some gap here. You can put it here, like that. See? Yeah. Let it for a while, and then what we do next is we reverse the battery order, the polar of the battery, to make the motor going in reverse as well. Okay. Now turn it on, let it sit for another 3 minutes. Remember, 3 minutes, 1 minute break, apply contact cleaner or WD-40 or I don't know, any sewing machine oil, any light oil you can get. Not the grease, yeah, oil. The function is to clean the surface of the contact here inside here. So basically like that. So 3 minutes running forward, 1 minute rest break, and then apply the contact cleaner, and then you reverse the battery polar, and another 3 minutes backwards. And after 3 minutes backwards, turn off the machine and let it sit for another 1 minute, and then you can apply the contact cleaner again, like that. Now this thing, this order, you can do it like, for me, I'm doing it like 3 to 5 times. It depends on you. You doesn't have to follow the instruction here. It's just to giving you the example. Why 3 minutes? I consider that long enough to scratch the surface. It's an ideal. Some people only do it in 1 or 2 minutes. Some do it like 5, 6, 7 minutes. But I think 5, 6, 7 minutes is too long. So 3 minutes is ideal, as I understand. And then I usually do it in 3, like 3 times or 5 times, like going back and forth, like 3 times forward and 2 times backwards. It depends really. And after that, you will hear the machine finally reaching its potential. It's getting near its potential. How can you know if a machine is successfully break in? So basically, when you do this process, and after you do it like 3 or 5 times, you will hear the machine sounds like getting higher. Here, no, not yet. This is a new machine. This machine is new, so it's not yet heard. But after 3 times, you will hear the machine sounds become higher. And when the sounds higher, it means that the contact already scratched good enough, and the break-in has already success. So that's it. That's the basic. Just remember, guys, the interval going forward and backwards using VS assist. If you don't have VS assist, no problem. You don't have to have VS assist. It's just that I told you, I'm telling you, this chassis is the most flexible as my experience goes. You don't need to open anything, you just let it sit, and you can do either like single shaft or dual shaft without any problem, and you can vice versa the battery polarity. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope it's helpful for you. I hope this can add some knowledge for newbie, and also please comment below and subscribe. Please press like, and you can just forget about it. And yeah, see you on my other videos. Keep on running, guys. Stay healthy, stay happy. Bye.